God will bless you wherever you are. Work and happiness, yes, I must confess. All must give their best for beautiful Ghana. United farmers and workers of Africa, God will bless you wherever you are. Work and happiness, yes, I must confess. All must give their best for beautiful Ghana. I will give my best. You give your best. Give my best to beautiful Ghana. To beautiful Ghana. To beautiful Ghana.
I will give my best. And if all you also give your best to the beautiful country that you live in, then the world will be a better place. That's why today I am bringing you on the show a musician who sings to suit our hearts, who sings to make us feel happy, who sings to make us entertained. And I am so privileged and honored to be here today on the show with a musician who is a hip-hop artist from Ghana, all the way from Ghana, joining us today. And I cannot wait to have a chat with him. This time I call it a big chat, yes, because he is a big man.
Promotions in the watch of
many awards. And I would love for you to listen to a bit of his song, and I will introduce him soon. So go nowhere. Stay tuned. Be glued to your gadgets as we listen to the song, and I will be right back.
No, yeah,
20 Ghana. I was in the Marty.
Aba, on your day. I don't know that's a book for you. As a man, I got a ah. Minimum na de mano, pari bi na de mamo. Minimum na de mano, oti pari bi na de mamo. Asemen chichi for gentlemen, cheme ya loboko. Asemen chichi for gentlemen, helbiti for baba. Minimum na de mano, oti minimum na de mano. Asemen chichi for gentlemen, helbiti for baba. Minimum na de mano. Minimum na de mano. Also me chichi for gentlemen, chemisi for boko. Now they never friendly e. Never say that's a nebi. Never say how about take one more. I'm up on consuming anything. And then never some man think it collect. No boost the energy for work. You were high on the low grade minimum domain and red. And the scientific research is say, Otima asthma and cancer. Otima epilepsy stand a painkiller. Say you might be a rasta for answer. And then the lawyers use doctors use soldier police in Navy. So legalization are a issue. Minimum adibano. Oti minimum adibano. Ase me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Minimum adibano. Oti minimum adibano. Ase me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. I trying to say this so the ratata. Somebody say high grade that chema kwa kesili one baka. Na stone boy see beam, the beam, eja beam is so that some baba. That's a baba, that's a Chris Brown, I bear down on no such for the shanty. For those we body, nobody can stop us. Woman, a high grade, when I yoga see Moya, you might talk so. Bible say, you need your banana, you use a town of Fansa Yalabana Fiade. Not Rasta man, Chichika, Krabi, the fagin, now put say, hey, macho, on the bank. Now the water, I think you collect, see Rasta meditation, see the Yalana Rasta the bag, but we hear legalization. Am I high the high school? Feeling the strain, meeting woman the last two. How many beats? Aropo moon the 1 2 back at Obama, Banamaya, the light soup. Yeah, back at them, me lead the last 4 hours. It's in my from I eat it because I get more powers.
Thank you so much for waiting. You have heard it. The song means he doesn't know what it is, but he will tell us everything about that song, so I don't want to spill the beans. At this moment, I would love to bring in my guest. So, good morning to you, Ayesem.
I'm very well.
I say me chichi vegan to me, help me tip up a fire. Minimum adibano. Minimum adibano.
Can you hear me? Good morning, and how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I can hear you. I hope you can hear me too.
I say me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Minimum adibano, minimum adibano. Oti paribi na de mamo. I say me chichi vegan to me, cheme ya loboko. I say me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Minimum adibano, oti minimum adibano. I say me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Minimum adibano, oti minimum adibano. I say me chichi vegan to me, cheme see Papa go. Now they never friendly e. Never say that's a nebi. Never say how about take one more. I'm up on consuming anything. And then never some man think you collect. No boost the energy for work. You were high on the low grade minimum domain and red. And the scientific research is say, Otima asthma and cancer. Otima epilepsy stand a painkiller. Say you might be a rasta for answer. And then the lawyers use doctors use soldier police in Navy. So legalization are a issue. Minimum adibano. Oti minimum adibano. Ase me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Minimum adibano. Oti minimum adibano. Ase me chichi vegan to me, help me see Papa go. Adi mugi selection, a sepede so the ratata. The ratata, Samini say high grade ache, Makwa Cassidy, Wambaka, Neston boy see beam, the beam, Eja beam is so that some baba. That's a baba, that's a Chris Brown, Bayer down on no such shut up for the shatata. Photo see body. Nobody can stop us. You know the system. Woman a high grade. When I yoga see moya ya my Jesus. Bible say yende diabana ye nyusa hata wana mfansa yalabana fiade. Na rasta man chiche kakrebi de fage na kuti si hey macho one bang. Na the water me think it collect. I think it collect. See rasta si meditation. See the biala na rasta de beg. Rasta de beg. But we hear ye legalization. Have I high the high school? Feeling the strange meeting woman the last two. How many beats? Aropo muhuna da 1 2 baka do ba man ba na my da the light soup. Yeah, baka da ma milli the last by 4 hours. It's my from my eat cause I get more powers. Eh, muhu abolopa muhu da ya sekela timbo mata ido enes to all cowards. Yeah, yeah, wo bi beya so na habana nochu. Ano pay ya bele nyumbela. Otima nantumbo, ebi ala ne geto wala motalania. Ochini miana weje muku oh yeah. I bet to Jaras Kafara. Minimum de bano, Paddy be not the mamma. Minimum de bano, but Paddy be not the mamma. Awesome chicken for gentlemen, Chemea Loboko. Awesome chicken for gentlemen, he'll be tip of a fire. Minimum de bano, minimum de bano.
Okay, let's try it again. Good morning to you, Ayesem.
Good morning, Benji. I hope you can hear me. Hello? Can you hear me?
I'm doing well, but for some reason, I cannot hear you at all. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to get everything right, but I can't. Can you hear me?
Really? Okay. I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Seems the network.
Okay, good morning to you, Ayesem, and thank you so much for joining the show this morning. I'm sorry about the technical issues here and there. Who are we talking to? We want to know you more today. So who is Ayesem? Is Ayesem your name or is your stage name? And how did you come about that name, Ayesem?
Okay, so thank you very much. The name Ayesem was actually given to me by one legend from the west side, TH for Quadis. I don't know if you know Achukoliko of TH for Quadis fame back in Takoradi. Yeah, I quite remember some years back we used to do this Kasahari thing on radio. So I happens to be one of the rappers on the show. So anytime we go to the show and then it gets to my time to do my freestyle, and after doing my rap, and then this guy will go like, this guy, oh yeah, so fast forward, whenever they open up the phone lines for people to call and then maybe congratulate their favorite rappers on the show, they just go like, me vote my party no ya Ayesem, me vote my brother no ya Ayesem. So gradually, initially I was Sketches. The name was Sketches. So when Achukoliko gave me that name, I said Adam Padi Obe Ayesem on radio. So people started calling me Ayesem on radio after the Kasahari show. When they call, I'm waiting for Sketches Ayesem, I'm waiting for Ayesem, I'm waiting for Brother no Ayesem. So gradually the Sketches faded out and then it was left with the Ayesem. But then since we are doing it for the fans, I had no option than to use the Ayesem name. So I would say it was given to me by a legend, TH for Quadis, and also the fans confirmed it. So when you listen to my song, I always go like, they call me Ayesem man, meaning I didn't give the name to myself, it was given to me by the fans and this legend of TH for Quadis fame. So big ups to Achukoliko of TH for Quadis. he actually gave me that name.
Awesome, awesome. So Ayesem was given
Yeah.
to you by him. Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely.
Sure.
Nice one. So once your fans have accepted that, then you ran with it as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Beautiful. Now, what is your real name? We want to know.
Okay, so my real name is Steven Siao. Steven Siao.
Mm-hmm.
The Siao is Siaw. Yeah, that is my real name. Name given to me by my parents. So it's Steven Siao. And then the showbiz name is Ayesem.
Amazing. How did it all start for you? Music, being a musician, getting into the music career. How is it for you? And how did you even discover that talent? When, at what age did you realize that you can actually sing?
Okay, so many years ago, back then in junior high school, young Christian times, where we used to go to this Cater Fest and then there's talented shows and all that. Most of my mates um, had to learn other artists' songs and then come and then perform it on stage. But then my first time performing on stage was my own freestyle that I wrote. And then that was the first time I was on stage. I like to perform my own song, It wasn't about me miming other artists' songs. It was my own freestyle. That was the first time. That was back then. I was like, I was in like primary 6 or JHS 1, yeah, around that time, But we were just doing it for fun that time, until after secondary school. That was when I realized that the talent was there, and then I really need to push and then work extra harder. So that initially it was just for the fun of it. It was just the passion. The passion was there. So it was through the passion that I really realized that I can do more, and then I can really push to get to the top. So it started at a very tender age when I was in primary school. Yeah, then that was when my friends would be like, "Hey, Charlie, but you did rap, oh, you did rap." That was my first time after the freestyle show in school. Yeah, that was back then in school. It was Keda Fest, this kind of case talented shows and all that. So that was the first time, and then it was my own freestyle. I didn't sing anybody's song, so that was when I realized I could write my own music. Um, I started with rap actually, not singing. I was just rapping because
Okay.
back then I was listening to legends like Okomfo Kwade, the Reggie Rockstones, the Obrafours, and then name them. Those people. They were reading that time. So I had so many inspiration from these people, and then in as much as I had inspiration from them, I didn't copy any of their styles actually. It came to a point that I was trying to rap like a Chame Kwame. That was when I listened too much of Chame Kwame
I
at a point
see.
in time. So yeah, I would say these are all inspirations. They are people that I listened to growing up, and then I realized I can do it on my own, and then I just focused on me. That is how the whole thing started. So it was at a very tender age, and then we've gotten here. It has been a process actually, not uh, it's not an overnight thing.
Nice one. I really like that. And you said something, passion. In everything, you need to have that passion, and that passion will lead you to wherever you want to go. And so I like that point that you made. And you also talked about those who influenced you. And so our influencers, those people who influence us, whether positive or negative, is very, very important. But then if someone influenced you in a positive way, it's even the better. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I also know that you were in a group. So since you discovered that you can sing, then did you form the group, or it was a group which was there already and you joined that group?
Well, back then in Young Christian, we had this group. That was my first time being in a group with my colleagues, my classmates. We were about 5 boys. And then the name of the group was in Sudafo, which means soldiers. That was the first time me being in a group with my classmates, and then we were just doing rap and on performing at schools, other schools. When it comes to rap battles, most of the time we represent our school, and then we battle other rappers from other schools and all that. So it started from there when the group with 5 boys called in Sudan for. Trust me, most of these guys are outside now. I think 3 of them are in the US now, and then one is still doing music. One is still doing music in America, and the rest of them, as usual, life has a way of turning other people to do different stuff. You understand? So most of them are also, the rest of the guys are also doing something different. Which I don't. But most, we were 5 actually. So 3 of us are still in music industry, and then the rest of them are doing different things, I guess. But we do link up once a while. The last time I went to America, I saw my friend, my classmate back then. We used to be in group, So the feeling was very, very
nice one. Thank you.
So,
when did you actually start the group, your group with Nero X? You also had a group with him. Which year and how did it all start? Was it after you've left that group you were talking about?
Yeah. The first group, we were kids, we were small boys, you understand? That was that was the time we started. But then along the line, I met Nero X when I was in secondary school. I think, I was in secondary school, and then we went to their school, that is study school, to have a program. It was an entertainment program, and then that was when I met Nero X. He came to also perform. He also came to perform for his school, and then after his performance, we talked at the backstage. We became friends. We exchanged contacts and all, and then we just linked up because Nero was a singer by then. I was rapping, so I was like, if we have to be in a group, the one should do the singing, and then the other person will do the rapping. So I had a perfect match with Nero X, so we decided to link together, and then that was then. That was it 2005, 6 there, 2000 that was when we went to our first reality show, Nescafe African Revelation. Even before with Nero X, I was in a group with 2 other guys called Bibi the Boy Wonder and then Bernard. That was 3 units.
Yes, I remember that one.
That was 3 units. That was the second group that I reformed, after my in Sudan folk group with my classmates back then. So it was Trinity before I met Nero X, and then we became 2 units. That is me and Nero X. That was after Trinity, the next Cafe African Revelation. So back again, I think the fast forward the following year or 2, I went to the next Cafe African Revelation again, that same competition with Nero X, I think a year or 2 later. Yeah, so that was a Trinity group before I met Nero X. So so that was then. And then we decided to link up, and then me and Nero X, we were a group for more than I can say almost 10 years or something,
Wow.
We were so tight, and then everywhere in the Western region, and then every part of Ghana, apart from after the next Cafe African Revelation. Yeah.
Amazing. From 3 units to 2 units, and then units.
from Trinity. From Trinity, that is me, Bernard, and Bibi the Boy Wonder, to 2 units.
Okay, from Trinity. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Yes. So after that, we dissolved that group again after some years, because I realized my other colleagues were not really into music. They were just doing it for the fun of it. So me doing it for serious business, I need to move on and then get another group. So I decided to stay solo.
At the moment, do you do music as full-time business or profession, or you are doing other things?
Well, most definitely, I'll be doing other things aside music because at this part of the country, doing music alone, trust me, you won't survive it. You won't survive it. So
Really?
there are few things. Oh, trust me, you can survive, but to survive in this industry here in Ghana, you really need to put in much money. Way back in the days that it was strictly talent that people can just recognize your talents somewhere and then pick you up and then decide to help you. But right now, trust me, if you're not putting money in your own craft, you are not getting anyone from anywhere to come and put in money for you. You understand? It always have to be yourself. Get to somewhere before you get to meet these investors and all that. Before the investors come and then put in money in you, you really have to be an artist who have made some mark, at least made something for yourself for other people to come and support. But then you can't just sit home and then expect an investor to come and then push your music or push your that is here in Ghana actually. So it's not easy to be a musician here in Ghana. There's so much into the music industry now that you really have to put in before you can get to where all these A-list artists are now. So it's money. It's if you don't have money, you don't have investors here in Ghana to do music. It's not that easy. You understand? But then we're still pushing to get there. You understand? We're already there actually, but to be on top there, you really have to put in more. Yeah.
To be on top, you really have to put in more. So, do you have a record label?
Well, currently I'm on my own now. I used to be on a record label for 5 years. I worked with Shocks Entertainment. Um, I worked with Shocks Entertainment for some years. That's 5 years. We had a 5 years contract. So after the 5 years contract, I'm now on my own. I'm doing my own solo project. Understand?
And how is it going for you? How are you able to distribute your music and get the money that you need?
Well, with the distribution, it's not really a problem because there are companies who would always they are always there for you to send them your song for them to distribute for you. You understand? And with the distribution companies, there are lots of them out there. They even approach you themselves. Sometimes they even approach you themselves that they want to work with you and all that. But then it's still for me, it's not just about distribution. You understand? A lot needs to go into your work. Actually, you need to invest in your music here in Ghana before you can get there. Yeah, trust me. So with the distribution, working alone is very stressful. Trust me. When it comes to financially, you would have to struggle a bit because there's not enough money. Personally, I wouldn't say I have this bunch money where that I put it in my music, but then we're still struggling in the shows, the little shows and the features and then collaborations that we do. I'm a songwriter as well, so sometimes I write songs for people, I sell it for other artists, I make money, I reinvest it in my own music. So there are so many ways that we try to make sure say at least we are still on our grind. So we are just trying our best. Yeah, but it's not easy though. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Talk to me a bit more about your song, Koti. What inspired that song, Koti?
Well, okay, so Kuti is actually a true life story. It's something that happened to a friend, I'll say a colleague or a fan, yeah, who came to buy some stuffs at a boutique. Where I happened to, yeah, I was there. I was at a boutique. I was also trying to buy something, and this guy came in, and then he was like, "Yeah, Charlie, I said, Mister, if you did here, Charlie, what happened to me at the ghetto right now? This situation will be you. It be only you go fit take do song. You understand? Boys. So this guy started narrating this whole thing that he went to the ghetto with a guy, innocent guy. The guy was innocent. He has never been in the ghetto before. So this guy went to the ghetto with this guy. They bought the stuffs, and then he decided to give the stuffs to the innocent guy that he went to buy with. Yeah. So this guy was holding the stuffs at the ghetto waiting for his friend to come so that they can get home. So this guy was there when the police invaded the ghetto. We have something called scatter, unaware the police invade the ghetto and then arrest people and all that. So this guy was just sitting there waiting for his brother, and then the police got him. And then he was trying to tell the police that he doesn't know anything about the stuff, or like a friend gave it to him to hold for him. Like he has never been at the ghetto, it is his first time and blah blah, you understand? So he was trying to explain it to the police. So that was when the chorus idea came. Oh, so he was trying to tell the police that he doesn't know anything about it, that like a friend gave it to him and all that. So that was the chorus idea. And then the other part of the song, which is the second verse, the place that I made mention of some artist names and all that. These are my own creativity. I would say that, in music, you really have to adapt your own creativity to make the song more interesting. So aside the story being a true life story, I added my own creativity by mentioning some artist name, because these are artists, Ghanaians have this perception that they carry dreadlocks, so they smoke, you understand? Ghanaians have this perception that they carry dreadlocks. You do Rasta, that means you're a ghetto boy, you smoke, blah blah. Because back in the days when we were kids, whenever you're going to school and then you leave your hair uncombed, your mom will be like, "Hey, how can you know him?" I start to that kind of perception. So these are perceptions our African parents are having when you're carrying dreadlocks. Most of these parent things say you are into drugs and all that. Yeah, so that was the main reason why I use this artist, because most of the artists that I use, they are artists with dreadlocks. The Saminis, the Stone Boys, the Paukeses, you understand? Ghanaians have this perception about these artists because they carry dreadlocks. So I decided to use their names and then to make the song more.
So the idea was to disabuse the mind of the Ghanaian that wearing dreadlocks doesn't mean that you are into all these bad habits. Anyone can be in that bad habit, but then wearing dreadlocks actually is a style. It's like you planning your hair. It's like you braiding your hair, cutting your hair. It's just so you be in the system and you feel free as well. So please, if you have that mind of that perception, take it away from your mind, because those of us wearing dreadlocks, we are not weed smokers.
Tell them for me, Quinn.
Because I do wear dreadlocks and I'm not a Rastafarian or a weed smoker. I do it because I want to be natural. If you want to be natural, join the club and stop putting names on it.
You understand? That is Ghanaian for you. You understand? But that was back in the days, Currently, I can boldly say our parents are getting to understand the fact that some of us would want to leave their head natural now that. So it has always been difficult, but right now I think people are getting to understand the fact that dreadlocks is just dreadlocks, your natural hair and all that. So
good advocate, you've done well for the music. Let us play a little bit of it and we'll go into your main songs. You will tell us more about your favorite songs and then we will run with it.
Okay.
I get more powers. Muhu abolupa muhu da ya sekela timbo mataido enestu all cowards. Yeah. Yeah, wo bi beya so na habana nochu. Ano pe ya bele nyumbela. Otima nanti mbo. Ebi ala ne geto wala motale nya. Ochini mi ana weje mu. Oh yeah. Abetse jara stafara. Hey. Mini manade bano. Padi bi no de mama. Minimum na de bano, oti padi bi na de mama. Aseme chichi for gentlemen, cheme ya loboko.
Sing along with me.
Chichi for gentlemen, helbiti for boko. Minimum na de bano, minimum na de bano. Aseme chichi for
gentlemen, cheme ya loboko. Minimum na de bano, oti minimum na de bano. I said, when churching for gentlemen came a loboko. I didn't be friendly. If he said that's in the be, if he said I want to take one, I'm from Suminity. I didn't be some I think correct. No boost to energy for work. There were high grade minimum dominion red. I did scientific research, you say, what's some asthma and cancer. What's my epilepsy, sunny painkiller, and anyone be Sarasta for answer. I don't know what to use. Doctors use that. Soldier, police, navy, so legalization na ye issue. We ride the minimum na de bano. Uti minimum na de bano. Hey, Ademugi selection. I said payday so the ratata. The ratata. Samine is a high grade achi. Ma kwake sili ye wabeka. Wabeka. The stone boy si beam. Si beam. Eja beam so da sambaba. Da sambaba. Na sa Chris Brown wabeye da no. No sa shut up on the shatata. Ono si we body. Nobody can stop. Oh. I'm on a high grade. Oh. Now you guys say moya ya matches. So Bible say you need your ba na you use a hata on fansa yalaba. Afiade na rasta man cheche kakri bi de fa adwena kuti si hey ma ache ubone be ade was o metinki correct etinki correct nti rasta se meditation ti de biala na rasta the beg mo wo hia legalization my high school feeling straight miti bo me last two how many beat arumpo mu ne da one two bakado obama na ba na my head the light soup yeah bakado mo me use to ya se be 4 hours till my friend my eat because I get more powers yeah abolumpa mu da secular timbo mata ido next to all cowards stay yeah
Oh
will be
my
there yes
goodness.
I mean you mela it's even antumpo baby ala di get to ala mo sala ni actually me ana weje mu ku boy
Awesome, 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 awesome. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get another song of yours and then play it briefly and move on with it. So there is this song that you also brought up. That was Julie.
Yeah,
Julie,
yeah.
talk to us a little bit more about Julie.
Okay, so most of my songs are songs that are true life story songs, you know. This Julie song was actually a true life story as well. Happens, you know, I used to stay with this there was this people that we used to stay back then, you know, when I used to stay at the Zongo and all that. Back then the Zongo kind of from Zongo. Yeah. We had this neighbors, and then there was this small girl. She was very brilliant in school, and then the parents were not having that enough funds to take her to school and all that. That was from the beginning. But then this after this kid has finished the BEC and all, then the result came, and then this girl has passed and then passed very well. So the parents had no option than to get money and then take her to school. So they tried. So the parents tried, and then this little girl was admitted in a senior high school. So the first year, this girl was doing very, very well. She happens to be one of the best students that ever happened to the school, you know. Second year, she was doing very well until she got to the final year, which you know, with boarding house, when you are at the boarding house, you get in touch with friends that, you know, colleagues that, you know, they started going out and all that, doing all sorts of stuff, going out, jumping walls from school to town, you know, doing hookups and then a whole lot of things, you know, these girls of nowadays. So along the line, this girl got pregnant, and then she was forced to stop school because, you know, with the pregnancy, most definitely you can't finish the school. So it was a final year when this girl had to drop out from school, and then because of the pregnancy, so she dropped out. She did, and then later we realized that she has sorry. Later she got into this well, how do we call it? She was sick actually, aside the pregnancy, and then when she was about to deliver, at the delivery, you know, she got paralyzed from her waist. So after she has given birth, you know, she got paralyzed. She couldn't walk again. So this child was there. This child had to start school and all that. She was in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. So the daughter was going to school, and then she was taking care of the daughter inside the wheelchair. You understand? So you can imagine the stress and the trauma of this
This
girl.
Julie girl, I know
Yeah.
you did your own creativity around it, but where is she now?
The unfortunate thing is that the girl is dead now.
Oh dear.
The girl died years back, and then I decided to wait a bit after her death before I could release the song, because you know the family were still, you know, grieving with their like the family were very sad at the situation, so I had to wait for a while before I could drop the song. So it was some years after her death, that was when I dropped the song. And then I used this same song as a project for teenage pregnancy. I did some
Perfect.
tour with this I did some tour with this same song. I contacted the Ghana Health Service, the Ghana Education Service, and then we came together and then we did this tour for high schools. It was called Julie High School Tour. Yeah, so we visited most of the high schools. We talked to the students about how bad teenage pregnancy can affect your education and all that. We talked to the students, we asked them questions about, so we made sure that we really impacted some knowledge into them about teenage pregnancy. And then I think to me, it has really benefited a whole lot of people, especially the teenagers, because they really got to know more about teenage pregnancy so that they can take care of themselves when they are in school and when they get pregnant. Sometimes these kids get pregnant and then they wouldn't even know who to go and talk to, because African parents, when you get pregnant in school and all that, you can't approach your parents, you can't go to your mom or dad to tell them say you are pregnant and all that. So most of these people will live fear, they live in fear when they get into this situation. So we made them know that there are a whole lot of people that they can talk to when they are in this situation. The Ghana Health Service, Ghana Education Service, and a whole lot of people that you can talk to or you can really go to when you are in this situation. So we
have lost him. He will come back. He's making me sad right now. I feel so sad. But then we will continue and then listen to what he's got to say about that song. Julie, it's really touching my heart. What can we do to ensure our teenagers will not be in a situation like this? It is really bad having to be pregnant while in school and not getting the care that you need. And as a result, losing your life. Are there any who support these kids? Any
hello?
social welfare in Ghana that support kids like this? I am so
Hello?
touched. How can we help? A lady will be on the show very shortly, not today, but soon. She is preparing to be on the show. She has a foundation, and I love this lady so much so that she created this foundation back in 2020 when the pandemic was very high. And one day she was thinking that, oh my God, if I am here and I can, help myself, and people back home are suffering, why can't I do something for them? Especially girls like you are saying. And she has taken this on board and helping. So whoever is ready, please do help as well. We're going to launch and do fundraising for her as well so that she can do more. But we will talk about that later. Let's hear from our guest. So, Ayesem, I want to know, is there any foundation or government support for people like this? And also, what can we do to help? We were talking about you, but this is where it has ended us. So we want to know, Ayesem, in 2 minutes, please.
It's actually something that I've decided to put up a foundation like that. But trust me, it's not really easy doing this alone here in Ghana. You understand? Most of the times, even with the high school tour that I started, I wrote letters to. I wrote sponsorship letters to so many companies that at least I could get some sponsors to because most of the time when we go to the secondary school, we are supposed to even pay for lights that we can use to talk to the students. We are supposed to pay as the people that we are coming to impart knowledge to the students. We end up spending our money but then we had to do, we had no option than to do that. So it's actually a foundation, something that I'm trying to come up with. I was doing, aside this thing, I was doing a prison break. It's also a prison program that we do every year. We visit the prisons, we give them gifts and all that, and also we do performances for them and all that. So it's actually a project that I'm trying to embark on this time around. So we working on things, but then we still need people. We need people to come to our aid to support us, to talk to these people. When we get to this urban rural areas and all that, these are the places that are much into this teenage pregnancy thing. Most of these people don't have any knowledge about this thing. So we are trying to get to those places, those rural areas to talk to them as well. So it's something that it's in the pipeline. We just have to get support from elsewhere, So we are just trying.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let me welcome my Facebook listeners and fans and family. Thank you all for joining us today. And also, if you are listening to us on the online or radio, thank you so much for joining us this morning. The studio lines are open. We have a few minutes to go, so please do bring in your messages. 0203 7358820 or 0203 2860185. You can also WhatsApp 0778 7939958, and we will be reading your messages. There is one message for you. Ayesem Nanaya says, "Good morning, Ayesem. I am much inspired by what you have said today. I am crying. What can I do to support? Please let us know when your foundation is ready and we will support you. And don't forget to leave your social media handles so we can also follow you." So that is from Nanaya. And let me say good morning to Babes Love. Good morning to you. She says good morning. And Victoria Ayesem said fire. Good morning to you all, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ayesem, I want to know, we will be running away soon. What message would you want to leave for your fans, for people listening to us, and also the young artists who want to go into music, most especially full-time music in Ghana?
Honestly, I wouldn't advise any youth, to go full time, as in fully. You need to always get backups. You understand? You need to always get backups. To my up and coming artists, I always tell them this: if you really want to go into music full time, there are so many things that you need to do. First of all, you need to really get serious with whatever you are doing. If only it's passion driven, you understand? You should get the passion why you're doing. Make sure you have 100% passion for it. That is the only way that you can survive even without money or without financial support. The passion always keeps you going. You understand? So, but then most people just come into the industry for a reason. Maybe some want to be in the industry to make some money, some want to make fame, others want to make boats, so everybody then in the reason why they always come into the music industry. So I will always tell them, say up and coming artists especially, to keep writing more. If you really want to be in this industry for a very long time, you have to make sure that anything that you write, any music that you write should make sense. You shouldn't follow just hype. You have to make sure that your content that you are giving to the fans, it's always something that people would love to listen to.
Absolutely.
Because trust me, yes, because people are going through a whole lot of stuff. People are going through a whole lot. So your music, sometimes people listen to your songs and then pick inspirations from it. So if you are not doing anything reasonable, if you are not writing anything better for someone to listen to your music and then get something of it, then to me, I don't feel you are doing anything. So if you really want to be in this industry for a very long time, you can you can look at the likes of the artists like your Brafos and Okonfo Fathers. Even though they are not doing music fully now, there are people still listen to their songs.
Absolutely,
so it's all
yes.
because of the content that you have there. Yeah, there are songs that you can listen to. This Kuti song, it's almost 10 years now, and then people still listen to Kuti song. I have songs that I did about 15 years ago, and then people still listen to it. You understand? And it's because of the content. And then if you really want to stay in this industry for a very long time, you really have to mind your content, what you write. That is what going to make people fall in love with your personality and then your music. So you really need to put in more effort to get there. Trust me.
Lovely advice. So please give us your social media handles before you go.
Yeah, so my social media handle on Facebook, it's Ayesem, Ayesem. That is my fan page. Yeah, and then I have my personal page, Steven Siam. That is my personal page too. It's the same thing. You can get me there too as well. On Instagram, it's Ayesem Music, Ayesem Music. It's joined together like Ayesem Music one. You understand?
All right.
Yeah, Twitter is the same thing, Ayesem Music. YouTube is Ayesem Music. No, YouTube is Ayesem. Yeah, and then TikTok is Ayesem one. So you can follow me there and then we chit chat.
Lovely. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And I know you are working on your new song. Please let us know when it comes back, and then we will definitely follow you.
Yes, I nearly forgot. So I'll be dropping my new song very soon with Mr. Drill. The title is Baby. Just watch out for it.
Wow, baby, we are watching out.
Sure. And thanks for having me, Queen G. The only queen on the airwaves here.
You know it. Bring it on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I have had fun with you this morning, and sure, we will talk again soon. Have a lovely day, and thank you so much for passing by. Bye for now.
Bye.
There you have it. Ayesem for you. And I am so happy you joined us today too. We will come your way again next week with another exciting show. As always, I love you. So you too, love me and don't leave me. Boo-boo! Come on!
See, mommy, give your heart to me. Man, come there. I used to be playboy, but my society. See, mommy, give your heart to me. Man, come there. Mama, I really wanna take you to the altar. I go to see mama, go to see papa, go to spread you like butter. Joey, ring na snap na matona. No the patapabo where they were one corner. See, mommy, I tell you what's summer. Cause your wedding day, I go to flip.
Alright, young Tello, and I am blue. Young confused, and I am right. I'm a Casancho. Open radio, so young city and radio. Obey Kitty, obey what I'm keep to listening. Fire.
Sometimes I made it dirty. Sometimes I made it stable. Sometimes I made it day. Mama make it mama piazzo. Make it mama piazzo. My friend the boo your friend me baby. So mommy what you gonna do? My friend the boo your friend me baby.